Hi, I'm Anna from the Zero Knowledge Podcast, and I'm here today with Cecilia from Morph. Welcome to Sovereign Radio.
Thank you.
I want to jump in and learn a bit about Morph, and I really want to know what's the problem that you're trying to solve?
Well, we already have probably 200 layer 2 on the market at the moment.
Wow.
And Morph is a new one, so we must bring something different, right? And the biggest difference we have is not from the technical perspective, it's more from users and builders' perspective. Because we noticed that on the market, everyone is trying to solve probably minor technical problems better than the other one. This is the current situation of all these layer 2 markets, but no one really cares about where to get the users, whether users care about your ecosystem, and where to get the builders, and how to really build up your ecosystem. So no one is really care about that. So that's why Morph is here to solve this problem. So for us, builders and users are always more important than the pure technology and the pure TVL story.
How do you define a user or a builder here? A builder, I'm assuming it's someone who's going to deploy an application on this L2.
Yeah.
But who are they, and who are the users separate from that?
Users is definitely these people who use the applications which builders build, right? And for us, for example, Morph already from day one, we have 30 million users from our centralized exchange and from the wallet database. So from day one, we already have a huge user base for our builders. But the thing is that these are very normal retail users. They're not like degen people. They're not like Web3 native people. They're more like normal crypto retail users who hold crypto and also who trade cryptos. So they have the basic concept of Web3, but that's it. And they are using trading platform, they're using wallet, and that's it. But they're eagerly and actively looking for other Web3 applications which can create real value to their daily life. It's not just for, DeFi or meme coin or GameFi, this kind of more like speculation applications, but more like entertainment, social, lifestyle, loyalty related. So this is pretty common in Web 2, but you can never find this in Web 3. I feel like we are making this industry smaller and smaller in terms of application. We are focusing a lot on very niche verticals, but look at these real users on the market. No one's taking care of them. So that's what Morph is focusing on to build, which is like a consumer blockchain for us.
You just mentioned that there was an exchange, or there's another project. You're saying from day one, you already had these users. I think it would be great to talk a little bit about where that comes from.
Yeah.
And I guess this is what you were working on before.
Well, my personal background is also from crypto exchange. I stepped into crypto in 2019, and I had the first crypto project I had as a centralized exchange called Phoenix. So we have about 500 employees, and the daily trading volume was 5 billion at the peak time.
Wow.
So that's how exchange is, because you are the closest to the users and closest to their money. So I pretty understand where the users are and how to get these users. But if you look into the tech infrastructure, the layer 1, the layer 2s right now, they actually don't know how to acquire these users. So that's why at very first beginning, we collaborate with Bitget, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, crypto exchanges.
What's it called?
Bitget.
Bitget.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's also because that they have this vision to bring technology to users and also better builders, better applications to these users. Yeah. So that's why we have this 30 million users. Yeah.
So that's how you started. You kind of partnered with an exchange right off the
we're
bat.
Incubated by them at first beginning. Yeah.
So what were you launched the network, you have these users, but how do you actually get the things that they need? How do you get the builders to build what you're describing as these very user-friendly daily use cases?
Yeah, I think when we talk to most of the projects on the market at the moment, 90% of them is building, what I said, DeFi, meme, NFT, GameFi, and probably now AI projects. no one is really building like consumer related. So this is also one of our biggest difficulty at the moment because the market is relatively small from the builder wise. From the user wise, it's huge. It's massive adoption market, right? But for the builder wise, because no one take care of this ecosystem, everybody just want to build into DeFi directly because it's the easiest to get successful. It looks like it's the easiest to get successful. So I think one thing is that our approach will be more like we want to tell all these Web3 builders, like the value we are here is actually to bring the real value to the real world. The blockchain is here to solve the problem of centralization world, right? So we should leverage that value of blockchain to solve the real world's problem, not just focus on the degen people and provide the products they like. So this is one thing. And the only thing is that, another thing is that we are actually building a venture studio model in layer 2, which means that we can offer them an end-to-end support from incubating them. For example, the builders are normally their like product or technology background. They actually don't know how to really build up a company, how to get users, how to go market, right? So for us, it's more like at the first beginning, we can help you to incubate. We have an accelerator ourselves. So we can help you to build up your team. We can help you to connect with the best resources. We can help you to write the deck even to the investors. And then we can connect you with the VCs. And then we can funnel the users I mentioned to your protocol. And last but not least, we can help you to go listing on the top tier centralized exchanges. So for builders, it's a very complete journey throughout the building process. And if you go to other layer 2s, basically it's just like technical integration and that's it. So I talked to a lot of builders and they all have the same pain points. How can I do this? How can I do that? The only support I get now is integrate with them and that's it, or grants and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Grants. That's exactly what I was going to say is a lot of the L2s do have grant programs and that's a way to support the ecosystem. They might also do hackathons. We see them at some of our events and stuff like that. But you're actually doing a company builder in there. I'm really curious about the kinds of use cases that come out of this. And do you actually prompt any of them? Like, do you have a wish list of like types of projects that you want and then you find teams to do it? Or are there teams already like coming up with great ideas and then you're getting them to build it?
I think both ways. We are working in both ways. But as I mentioned that there are not so clear like verticals for these builders in consumer vertical of applications. They're also kind of lost, but we still see the trend that people are caring more about like what kind of problems they are going to solve for people. So for example, we are talking to like music related, entertainment related, education related applications, retail related applications. They're trying to use decentralization like solutions to solve the real problems in the real world. So I guess this will be a trend in the future, but it takes time. It's not a short-term thing.
What kind of products are there now?
We are still on testnet.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so we launched our testnet in May. No, actually earlier, but our V2 of testnet launched in May.
So this is just a few months ago as of recording. Okay.
Yeah, but our manage will come pretty soon in August. But I'm also very proud that we already have almost like 100 projects deployed on Morph. And also in terms of users, we have more than 1.6 million wallet addresses already, more than 26 million transactions happening on our testnet. So we see a lot of things happening.
But what kinds, like just, I want to go even like the types of products, the types of, like you sort of mentioned games and daily, but I'd love to hear more if there's other, like you sort of mentioned loyalty. I'm kind of curious what an application like that even looks like.
Yeah, so for example, we helped a very, very big Web2 music company called KKBox. They are actually a very mainstream music streaming company in Asia, I would say. They're even like, maybe they start this product earlier than Spotify. So they're pretty dominant in Asia. But they always have this problem that with the IP problem. So they really want to leverage Web3 to help to solve these problems. But since we have like 2022, all these NFT FTX scamming stuff. So people are just scary. The musicians, they're just scared about,
For sure.
if you talk with them about NFT ideas, they're so scared. So they are restarting it to do it again, probably not raising NFT idea, but they really want to solve the music IP problem with the Web3 solutions. So we are helping them. They are deployed on Morph already. And also, for example, for loyalty you mentioned, it's kind of like, for example, we are talking to one of the biggest retail group in Hong Kong. So they are like very traditional retail groups, but they have department store, they have cinema, they have even like restaurants, or all these stuff in their group. So what we are helping them is to creating the loyalty pointing system so that all these users going to any of their stores to consume, they will get the points on chain.
Wow.
And then you can make it into NFT or whatever. So there will be a lot of solutions in the future for them.
Geographically, when I was looking at your website, you mentioned like a focus on different regions. Where is your focus today?
So I would say our focus is Asia Pacific, Europe, and all these global South markets. If, for example, base is base Arbitrum optimism, they're more focused in US, very US centric. We are the rest of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, because first of all, our founding team is most of them are in Asia. We know exactly. Actually, this is a market where the real users are, where the real transaction happens. Because I was running exchanges, and also we are incubated by exchange. We know that all these transactions of crypto trading happens in East Asia, Southeast Asia, Europe. These are huge markets, but no one is building stuff there or caring about these users. So I think on one hand, we can help these, for example, US developers who are very sophisticated in building innovative products to connect them with the Asia Pacific markets to get users to them, because they have no idea about how to get these users. And on the other side, also this Asia Pacific area and also Global South area, Africa, Latin, they're full of talented developers, but also no chain is taking care of them. They don't get any resources from them. So we're here to help them.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't talk much about the L2 itself, but are you a ZK rollup or are you not? Because I felt like there was there's like two things being described
there. It is a hybrid rollup. I think we are the first hybrid rollup on the market, because we think the ZK rollup technology is not that mature enough, and also the cost is pretty high. So we find a middle point. So it's like OP and ZK hybrid rollup. So basically, we're still using the fraud proof, but once you are challenged, you need to use the ZK proof to prove yourself. So the outcome is that we are much safer than the pure OP rollup, and also we reduce the challenge window date from 7 days to less than 2 days. And on the other hand, we are more cost efficient than the pure ZK rollup.
How are you thinking about like the L3 part of the stack?
Yeah. For Morph, we are also building our layer 3 after our mainnet. So the thing is that for our layer 2, we are strictly stick to the concept of blockchain, which is decentralization, safety, and also scalability. So that's why we are completely using all Ethereum, for example, Ethereum DA layer, to make sure it's secure enough. But when we talk to builders, they also care about the costs, the efficiency of the whole transaction experience. So that's why we want to have our layer 3 also on top of our layer 2, because on our layer 3, we can use external DA to reduce the cost a lot. Yeah. So for our layer 3, it's more for builders who care about cost. And for our layer 2, it's for builders who care about security.
Okay, so actually that question about DA, so your L2 is not using Celestia for the DA, it's just using the Ethereum L1?
Yes.
And then this L3 would be?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for sharing with us all about Morph.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching this episode of Sovereign Radio, and make sure to check out all of the other episodes.